Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Biomed. Welcome to the Biomed Cafe channel. In this channel, complex biological and medical contents are presented in a simple, classified, and summarized form. Also, I have designed a quiz game for you. I will explain about the quiz game in the end of this video. The topic of this video is plant cell wall. Please subscribe to this channel, and if you like the contents of this video, please like it. Plant cell wall. Is an outer layer surrounding plant cells. It's outside of the cell membrane. It's rigid, semi-permeable, and protective layer. It's located next to the plasma membrane. Plant cell wall function. Plant cell wall has so many functions. 1. Forming a framework. It helps the cell to prevent overexpansion. 2. Supporting. It provides mechanical strength support. 3. Withstanding turgor pressure. It helps a plant to remain rigid by this pressure. 4. Regulating growth. It sends signals to the cell to enter cell cycle in order to divide and grow. 5. Regulating diffusion. It allows substances to pass into the cell while keeping other substances out. 6. Communicating. Cells communicate with one another via plasmodesmata or pits. 7. Protecting. The cell wall provides a barrier to protect against pathogen. And 8. Storage. The cell wall stores carbohydrates for use in plant growth, especially in seeds. Plant cell wall structure has two parts: main structures and other structures. Main structure has three parts: Middel Lamella, primary cell wall, and secondary cell wall. Other structures has two parts: Plasmodesmata and pits, Middel Lamella. Its outer cell wall layer is the first layer which develops at the time of cytokinesis. Is optically inactive. It plays roles in helping the cell walls of adjacent cells to bind to one another. Is located between the two adjacent cell walls. Components of Middel Lamella are cellulose, proteins, pectin, magnesium, and calcium. Primary cell wall. It's thin, elastic, and extensible. It's located between the Middel Lamella and plasma membrane in growing plant cells. It plays roles in providing the strength and flexibility. It grows by the addition of more wall material within the existing one. We should know that some cells have only the primary wall. Components of primary cell wall can be divided into two parts: cellulose microfibrils and a gel-like matrix. A gel-like matrix has hemicellulose fibers, pectin, glycoproteins, and water. Secondary cell wall. It's thick, rigid, and it does not alter its shape. It's located between the primary cell wall and plasma membrane. Function of secondary cell wall. It strengthens the cell and it supports the cell. Development. Once the primary cell wall has stopped dividing and growing, it may thicken to form a secondary cell wall. It grows in thickness by the deposition of material over the existing structures. We can know that all plant cells have not a secondary cell wall. Components of secondary cell wall can be divided into 4 parts. Cellulose microfibrils, a gel-like matrix that has hemicellulose fibers, pectin, glycoproteins, and water, plastic substances such as lignin and suberin, and inorganic salts such as calcium carbonate, calcium oxalate, and silica. Plasmodesmata. There are channels passing between the cell walls of adjacent plant cells connecting their cytoplasm. They are located between the 2 neighboring plant cells. They play a role in facilitating movement of molecules between cells, linking tissue cells to another, and making direct contact between adjacent cells. Plasmodesmata have 3 parts in their structure. The first part is the small tubule. It's a tube of flattened endoplasmic reticulum, or ER. It runs between 2 adjacent cells. The second part is plasmodesmatal plasma membrane. And the second part is the cytoplasmic sleeve. It runs between the desmotubule and the membrane. Most of molecules transfer across it, and it contains various structures such as actin and myosin that they provide contractile forces to transport. Pits. They are relatively thinner portions of the cell wall. Adjacent cells can communicate or exchange fluid through them. The pits of adjacent cells are opposite to each other. Pits have 3 parts in their structure: pit chamber, pit aperture, and pit membrane. Pit chamber is the hollow area where secondary layers of the cell wall are absent. Cell aperture is the opening at either end of the pit chamber. And the pit membrane. It consists of middle lamella and primary wall. It has many minute pores and they are permeable. Pits can be divided into 2 subgroups. The first subgroup is simple pits. In simple pits, the width of the pit chamber is uniform and no secondary wall is present. The second subgroup is board-red pits. It contains larger pit chamber and smaller pit aperture. The secondary wall partly overhangs the pit. Plant cell wall components can be divided into 4 subgroups. Carbohydrates, proteins, plastics, and mineral deposits. Carbohydrates can be divided into 2 subgroups. The main carbohydrate, cellulose, and other carbohydrates that has hemicellulose and pectic material. Proteins can be divided into 2 subgroups, structural proteins and enzymes. Plant carbohydrates. The main carbohydrates in plant cell wall is cellulose. It forms long fibers, it's water-insoluble, and linear and unbranched homopolysaccharide. It functionally gives the cell wall its rigidity and provides shape and strength to the cell wall. It's located in primary cell wall and secondary cell wall. Cellulose has 10,000 to 15,000 D-glucose units in its structure. They group together to form bundles called microfibrils. Another carbohydrate of plant cell wall is hemicellulose. It's matrix polysaccharide and often branched and hydrophilic heteropolymer. It plays a role in regulating the rate at which primary cell walls expand during growth. It's located in primary cell wall and secondary cell wall. Hemicellulose has various kinds of monosaccharides in its structure, such as glucose, xylose, mannose, galactose, arabinose, and uronic acid. Long linear chain of one kind of sugar with side chains of different kind of sugars form a hemicellulose. Pectic materials are plant cell wall carbohydrates too. They are polysaccharide and the filling material of the matrix. They form a network aligned with structural proteins to form the cell wall. They are located in Middel Lamella and primary walls. Pectic material can be divided into 2 subgroups, pectic acid and pectin. Pectic acid is the polymer of about 100 galactonic acid molecules. It's hydrophilic and it forms salt bridges with calcium and magnesium ions. Pectin. It's heterogeneous and branched polysaccharide. Its polymer of around 200 D-galactonic acid molecules along with the glucuronic acid. Plant cell wall proteins. Plant cell wall proteins can be divided into two subgroups: structural proteins and enzymes. One of the structural proteins is extensin and another is arabinogalactan protein. Extensin is rich in hydroxyproteins. It's a glycoprotein and long molecule. It's located in the primary cell walls and it plays a role in controlling the orientation of the microfibrils. Arabinogalactan protein has a high proportion of hydroxyproline, glycine, serine, and enzymes. Some of them cross-link extensin, lignin, cutin, suberin molecules. Other enzymes help protect plants against fungal pathogens. Plant cell wall plastics. Lignin, cutin, and suberin are important plastics of plant cell wall. Lignin is polymer of aromatic alcohols. It's non-fibrous and is present only in the mature cell wall. It's located mostly in secondary cell walls. Lignin strengthens the cell wall. Cutin is complex biopolyesters composed of fatty acids and aromatic compounds. It's the major components of the cuticle. It's located in surface layer of cell walls. Cutin makes the surface of the cells impermeable to water. Suberin is complex biopolyester composed of fatty acids and aromatic compounds too. It serves with waxes. It's located as a surface barrier of underground parts, and it plays a role in sealing of the wound surface and protecting cells from dehydration. Plant cell wall mineral deposits. Mineral deposits or inorganic salts are located in the secondary cell walls. Calcium carbonate, calcium oxalate, and silica are important examples of mineral deposits. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel, and if you like the contents of this video, please like it. Now it's time for the quiz game. I have put the link to the quiz game in the description of this video. Download it for free and enjoy it. In the next video, I will talk about another biomedical topic in a simple, classified, and summarized form. Until the next video, bye!